Hello, my name is Michael Vittori, and today I will be talking to you about Macintosh-based forensics. First, we will discuss why special tools are needed for Macintosh forensics. Next, we'll take a look at some Mac-specific forensic tools and see how they compare with Windows-based forensic tools. And finally, we'll examine why Macintosh forensics is important in the real world. So before we actually start talking about Macintosh forensics, we should take a look at what makes Macs different from Windows-based computers. Perhaps the largest difference between these two computers is their operating system. An operating system is basically a set of instructions that manages a computer's hardware and software, and therefore governs how a computer functions and carries out its processes. Now, both Mac and Windows have different operating systems. Mac usually runs some variant of OS X, while Windows-equipped computers run Microsoft Windows operating system. Since both computers have different operating systems, they also have different file systems, which are responsible for managing where files are stored. Windows, for example, tends to run a version of the FAT file system, either FAT16 or FAT32, or NTFS. Mac, on the other hand, has HFS or HFS Plus as its file system. Windows-based forensic tools are made to find and process data stored in a way that Windows generally stores its files, as shown on the left. Every file on a specific drive can be found in one of the subfolders under the local disk C heading. In Macs, however, files are stored in a different manner. Document files are generally found in the library folder, which is saved separately from any applications or programs that may be installed on your computer, and from any data about different users on the computer. For this reason, forensic experts need specialized Macintosh forensic tools if they wish to both extract and analyze data from a Mac computer. Now we'll take a look at three of the leading Mac forensics tools that are available to forensic investigators right now. First tool is Mac Marshal. Mac Marshal can be installed on a Mac or Windows forensic workstation, so it allows investigators to work with a system they are more comfortable with. Mac Marshal is capable of providing data acquisition, so extraction of digital information from a suspect's computer, and data analysis. And this works for both Mac and Windows partitions that happen to be on a suspect's Macintosh computer. So if a virtualization program, like Boot Camp or Parallels, is being used, forensics experts can still extract any data that might be hidden in the Windows partition. If we take a close look, we can see that Mac Marshal is in many ways similar to the Windows-based forensics tool FTK. The process by which Mac Marshal acquires data from a suspect's hard drive, dubbed the triage phase, is very much similar to FTK Imager's process. In the triage phase, just as in FTK Imager, the operating conditions, usage information, and application data are collected from a suspect's computer and are stored on a forensic investigator's storage media. The Mac Marshal Analyzer is also quite similar to that of FTK. Both have user-friendly setups with easily navigable graphical interfaces, search tools to quickly find data, and filters to remove irrelevant information. Let's take a look at the interfaces of these two programs. The first interface being displayed here is of Mac Marshal. Under the General Information box, you can see the hard drive that is being examined and several of the files it contains. The bar near the top of the window has several options to allow the viewing of certain documents based off of specific characteristics. For example, the Preview tab allows an investigator to look at only the picture files without having to sort through various other file types. And the Mail tab allows investigators to view documents recovered from the suspect's email application. The second interface displayed here is that of FTK. As you can see, it has many functions that look similar to those of Mac Marshal. Like the general information displayed by Mac Marshal, FTK shows the various files that are found on the suspect's drive. The navigation bar at the top of the screen is also very similar to Mac Marshal's, having both a specific graphics tab and email tab. Next, we'll take a look at how the search tools of the two programs compare. As mentioned on my website, the Spotlight search tool that Mac Marshal has allows it to look through metadata for potential evidence, and also allows users to quickly search files for specific keywords. This function is essentially identical to FTK's index search tool, which also allows users to search for specific words or phrases in collected documents and files. Mac Marshal does have some differences from FTK though. Even with all its features, Mac Marshall is still less powerful than FTK. FTK has an advanced data carving engine, which allows it to easily recover deleted and corrupt files from slack space. While Mac Marshall is capable of data carving, it is far less efficient. FTK also has a stronger decryption tool, having the capability to identify encrypted PDFs, while Mac Marshall only has limited decrypting capabilities. Next, we will take a look at the line of forensic tools produced by Black Bag Technologies, a leader in the Macintosh-based forensic field. Black Bag Technologies offers 3 pieces of software that are comparable to the leading Windows forensic tools. The first of these 3 tools is SoftBlock, which is a piece of write-blocking software. The second product is Macquisition, which is capable of imaging a suspect's drive while simultaneously acquiring live data about his or her computer. And once data has been collected by Macquisition, the last tool, Blacklight, can quickly analyze the information and create a forensic report. SoftBlock is the Macintosh equivalent of SafeBlock XP. Like SafeBlock XP, SoftBlock restricts a forensic workstation's write capabilities, preventing it from modifying a suspect's hard drive during an investigation. It also facilitates the monitoring and management of any devices that are connected to the workstation, allowing a user to individually write-block those devices. Macquisition provides the functions that FTK Imager does and much more. Like FTK Imager, Macquisition creates an image of a suspect's storage device and then uses MD5 and SHA signatures to ensure that the produced copy matches the original. However, on top of this, Macquisition also write-blocks a suspect's drive, removing the element of human error that an investigator may forget to protect a suspect's storage device. Yet another noteworthy feature of Macquisition is that it captures live data, including information stored in RAM, ongoing chat logs, and browser history in real time. If compared, it can be clearly seen that Blacklight very closely resembles FTK. The interface for Blacklight, shown in the corner of the slide, is rather similar to that of FTK, containing information regarding the suspect's hard drive and the files it contains, as well as a navigation bar that allows specific files, such as those found in email applications, to be easily accessed and examined. Some of the features that are shared by both Blacklight and FTK are filters for creation time and date, file size, file type, and file location, such as in email or chat programs. Both contain an automatic hashtag comparison tool. Both of them are also capable of keyword searches. Skin tone filters and video frame analyzers help both in detecting explicit images, and a file report creator can help forensic experts to create reports more easily. The final tool we are going to explore is Mac Forensics Lab. Now, Mac Forensics Lab is unique in that it is a single tool that both collects data, much like FTK Imager does, and analyzes it like FTK Analyzer. All in all, Mac Forensics Lab creates images of suspect drives just like FTK Imager does, with one small exception. Mac Forensics Lab uses advanced data recovery technology to restore deleted or corrupted files, which it then incorporates into the created image. Overall, Mac Forensics Lab provides an analysis of collected data that is almost as thorough as an FTK report. Like FTK, Mac Forensics Lab uses a common technique of comparing the MD5 and SHA signatures of found files to lists of known hash values that correspond with contraband materials, including child pornography. The Mac Forensics Lab Analyzer, like FTK, is equipped with various filters. A law enforcement agent may use these to sort through irrelevant collected information, which greatly speeds up the investigatory process. Another similarity that Mac Forensics Lab has to FTK is that both programs use thumbnails to depict any graphics that may be captured through the imaging software. This allows investigators to quickly pass through and check off images that clearly lack any explicit materials without having to open or thoroughly examine the contents of those files. Now we will look into why the field of Macintosh forensics is growing in importance. The graph below shows Apple's Mac share of the global PC market beginning in 2002. As anyone can see, by 2011, Apple had more than doubled its percentage hold, indicating a drastic increase in the popularity of Mac products. As stated in a Forbes.com article entitled Why Apple Will Hit 1650 by the End of 2015, Apple has grown consistently in recent years, experiencing a growth in revenues of 26% in the last quarter alone and 22% in the last fiscal year, with growth rate only expected to increase. As Macs continue to gain popularity, the number of Macs containing criminal evidence will unavoidably increase, necessitating new tools with which law enforcement can extract and analyze this information. However, the increased threat of Macintosh-based digital crime is not the only reason Macintosh forensics has gained some emphasis in recent times. Forensic investigators are concerned with obtaining digital evidence that is admissible in the court of law. However, an issue regarding the processing of Macintosh data on a Windows-based forensic station has caused some to question the validity of such digital evidence. When a Macintosh workstation views data that was originally from a Mac computer, no problems occur. However, when a Windows workstation tries to analyze the same information, errors may occur. In this scenario, the Windows operating system is trying to interpret Mac-specific data. As stated previously in this presentation, Mac and Windows have very different operating systems, and as a result, there are certain file types, including .dmg files and sparse bundle files, that cannot be read effectively by a Windows workstation. These files could contain information that is vital to a forensic investigation. However, if the investigator is using a Windows-based workstation, this evidence would remain hidden. The use of non-native forensic analysis simply seems unacceptable in a forensic investigation. This is because of the lack of certain data or the falsification of retrieved data as a result of faulty acquisition. Criminals could go unpunished and innocent people could be convicted of crimes they did not commit. So in conclusion, Windows-based forensic tools are often incompatible with Mac computers because of differences in their operating systems. Tools such as Mac Marshall, Black Bag Technologies products, and Mac Forensics Labs are comparable to Windows-based forensics tools, but are still slightly behind. Windows computers can miss or misinterpret data that comes from a Mac. And as more people switch to Mac computers, there is a greater need for more and better Mac-based forensic tools. This concludes my presentation on Mac-based forensics. If you wish to learn more, please visit my website. The link is provided below.